Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Yakim out there laboring of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And this individual right here has pretty much been dragged through the mud. The kitchen sink has been pretty much thrown at him. They have used all types of tactics to pretty much deter this man from going on a campaign trail and pretty much going and pretty much in aspirations of coming in for another term in office, and pretty much it all backfired. You see, this man ended up winning the Iowa caucus, and pretty much he's well on his way of becoming the Republican presidential nominee, and to run in November. And we've been dealing in the spirit. The powers that be, they can't allow that. You see, because their plan is pretty much already hitting the ground running, so to speak. They pretty much are got their ducks lined up in a row. They pretty much have a solid course of action of where they want to take this country. And it's all according to prophecy. You see, but this whole election, we know this through the spirit, is pretty much not going to go down, because there's no individual, that's pretty much going to be able to, defeat this man in a straight up election. So, how we, measure the time diligently in itself, we already know that pretty much something has to go down to where that election doesn't come to pass, and pretty much by that time all hell's gonna be breaking loose, and whatever way or fashion this man, the powers that be pretty much are presented and given to the people, we know that it's gonna be a great insurrection, and we already seen a pretty much a dry run of that. They pretty much coined it, J6, where, that was back in 2020, and pretty much, when they pretty much stormed the Capitol, and pretty much, man, it was pretty much a dress rehearsal, so to speak, for the time to come. You see, and whether it was it was pretty much a bait, or pretty much, it was a trap for a lot of the people, that pretty much went down there on the Capitol. But that whole scenario is pretty much going to go down for real in the future, and this is pretty much the great letdown before the Getdown, and a lot of people that are out there and pretty much are having these aspirations that this man is going to come in office, they're highly pretty much deceived. You see, okay, and this is pretty much their great white hope, so to speak. And the reason why I say the great white hope is this pretty much is reminiscent of let me pull it up real quick. Of there was a play, and then later on a movie back in 1970 of the same name, and it was pretty much a boxing match, okay, and we get into it real quick, and it pretty much the character was Jack Jefferson. Well, anyway, let's get into pretty much the term Great White Hope, okay. The term Great White Hope reflects the racism and segregation in the era in which Jack Johnson fought. Johnson, the first African American to hold the World Heavyweight Championship title, was one of the best fighters of his generation. Yet, the white reaction against Johnson's win and his very public relationship with white women was so strong that in 1912, the U.S. Congress, concerned that the film scenes of Johnson pummeling his white boxers would cause race riots, passed a law making it illegal to transport prize fight films across state lines. The Great White Hope is a reference to the white boxer who many hoped would finally defeat Johnson. But pretty much, this is the Great White Hope of pretty much saving America, so to speak. You know, this is pretty much, you know, the people's last hope of bringing things back to the good old days, so to speak. You know, prosperity. You know, and we know that this place is on a major decline, and it is very unlikely that this man would even get into office, because he has future endeavors of pretty much undoing everything that the powers that be are proven of to this day. You see, you know, they want the chaos. They want the people to pretty much be brought down to a lower state. You see, okay? They want the people to be confused. They want the people to be afraid. You see, okay? They want the people to pretty much give up their liberties, man. You know, for pretty much for safety. You see, and this man is giving them maybe a glimmer of hope. You see, and you know, it's gonna be it's gonna be a very bloody day, okay, in days to come, okay, when this man does not get in office, man. Okay, all right. You know, people are pretty much know that this place is going to be doomed, all right, as far as prosperity is concerned. You see? All right? From there, let's go to, real quick, pull a scripture. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." You know, and ultimately, you know, the Lord, when it comes to crack those clouds, you know, that's pretty much, you know, the visual, you know. But the Lord's presence, you know, pretty much, of him coming in a thief in the night, is spirit that's going to be out there in the earth of what he's bringing. He's bringing terror. He's bringing the civil war. Okay, all right, the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Okay, these are the times of the Lord, man. The Lord has pretty much set up his prophets to pretty much you know, proclaim these times that to come. You know, the scriptures talk about, man, that day is going to come where people are going to be taken in a great number because they have walked in great pride. Okay, that's pretty much the day of the Lord as well. You see, okay, because the Lord spoke of these things. The Lord's going to bring on pretty much systematically bring this place down. Okay, you know, the pretty much the horror that's about to be seen and witnessed here in the shores of Babylon, man. Okay, it's coming. You see, it pretty much is gonna pretty much take people off guard. Okay, these people here pretty much are thinking that they have hope. You see, all right, because it says here, verse 3, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." You see, okay, and these people pretty much are thinking that peace and safety is coming on the horizon, man, via the Great White Hope. You see, you know, they feel that this man is going to get back in office and pretty much is just going to put things back into order, man. You know, you see, and we see the regime that's in power right now. You know, we have to understand. You know, with the powers that be. You know, there's a method to their madness, man. Okay, and it's all ultimately leading to the MOTB. You know, and it pretty much, you know, Trump pretty much made a statement talking about he's going to stop the digital currency. You see, okay, you know, talk like that is pretty much, you know, going to get this individual deleted, man. You know, because now you pretty much are coming up against the shadow government, man. Okay, and you know that right there is pretty much you know a violation of an individual just being in the way, so to speak. Okay, you know, in their mind they feel like nothing's going to stop them for pretty much carrying out what they set out to do, man. You see, okay, they can't allow this man to come in and pretty much undo everything that is unraveling right now. Pretty much sew up everything that's unraveling right now. You see, okay, but these people pretty much are going to have sudden destruction to come upon them, man. Okay, talking about the people, because the great letdown is coming. You see, the great letdown is coming. It says, "But brethren, you are not in darkness, that the day should not overtake you as a thief." And we're not in darkness, man, because these people are pretty much, and everybody doesn't know what the hell's going on. You know, you got the great bread and circus that's going on. Okay, pretty much you got, you know, pretty much people are submersed in sports. You know, you got the NFL playoffs. You know, you got these boxing matches that are coming up, and it is always a great fight. You know, you get at least you know, two great fights per month. You know, 2 premier fights per month or more. You see, and it's pretty much you know, having the people pretty much occupied in really just leisure or folly, so to speak, man. You see, you know, but we see this day coming, man. Okay, we see that the time of things not being in the best case scenario for the people is coming. You know, it says, verse 5, "Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." And pretty much, man, we're watching and we're sober. You see? You know? We're seeing that this thing is coming to a head, man. You know? We're seeing what's going on pretty much, you know, abroad. And it's pretty much, you know, it's coming to where, hey, this country is going to have to jump in with 2 feet in. You know? Okay? This is all going according to prophecy. You see? Okay? But it says, "For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night." You see? Okay? It says, "But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation." You know, and that's pretty much, and that's what we're hoping for, man. You know? And this is pretty much us being sober and pretty much having the faith, you see, that these things are going to come to pass, you know, and we see it, man, you know, and it's amazing how people are in gross darkness, man, and just pretty much don't see pretty much the day of the Lord coming, you know, okay, you know, Jacob's trouble, you know, it's pretty much those are the days of the Lord, okay, because the Lord is going to bring forth those times, you see, people can't see it. People really think that they're going to come out on the other side and pretty much be able to, you know, continue on with their miserable life and send their kids to college. You know, people are pretty much are setting forth on you know, trying to, you know, wait for the economy to get better to be able to purchase a home. These people still have their minds set on to where this place is just going to continue, man. You know? Okay, people are pretty much trusting in oppression, you know, but ultimately, you know, you got these people that basically support Trump, you know, they see the things that are going on. Okay, you know, they're trying to hold on to whatever little bit of prosperity, you know, they were able to have, man. You know, and these people were really just you know, eating off the masses table pretty much, you know, through pretty much what you want to call white privilege. You know, white privilege is pretty much what gave them what they have today, man. You know, they benefited from it, but they see now that pretty much the faucet is pretty much have been shut off, and it's drying up. You know, and the masses of the people, you know, their resources are drying up, and now they pretty much are being knocked down to a pretty much a lower class of living. You see, and that's the ultimate goal. You see, okay. So this individual speaking about him trying to stop the digital currency is definitely not going to happen, man. You see, that's definitely not going to happen. All right, let's go to real quick. Let's go to I'm gonna pull it in the NLT. Let's go to James. Let's go to James chapter 5, verse 1. And this is pretty much a warning to the rich, you know, and just pretty much the shadow government, the powers that be, the ones that are pretty much are going to roll out the MOTB, you know, they're the ones that pretty much are going to benefit from this. But ultimately, you know, you have these other people that are pretty much going to have to follow suit, that are pretty much are not of that elite, so to speak. Okay, you got people that are just regular, you know, people that are walking around. They may have a little riches, you see, okay, and they pretty much thinking, you know, to themselves, man, that their houses are going to continue forever. You see, but it says, "Look here, you rich people." This is in a New Living Translation. "Look here, you rich people. Weep and groan with anguish because of all the terrible troubles ahead of you. Your wealth is rotten away, and your fine clothes are moth-eaten rags. Your gold and silver have become worthless. The very wealth you were counting on will eat away your flesh like fire. The treasure you have accumulated will stand as evidence against you in a day of judgment." You know, it's pretty much really talking about the elites, though. You know, but everybody's gonna be besides them, everybody's gonna be a slave, you know, to the MOB, so to speak. You know, but these elites, the powers that be, okay, all right, you know, they're gonna weep and howl, man. Okay, it says, "For listen, hear the cries of the field workers whom you have cheated of their pay. The wages you have held back cry out against you. The cries of those who have harvested your fields have reached the ears of the Lord of heaven's army." Okay, you see, and you got the people pretty much are and they're crying now, and they're really gonna start crying once these elites start tightening the grip on this economy, man. Okay, you know, people pretty much are you know, the wages are reaching the expectations of the inflation. You see, you know, food is going up. You know, people are pretty much are you know, underemployed or unemployed. You see, and pretty much the good old days are over with, man. You know, the resources are drying up. Okay, benefits are gonna get cut off. Okay, you know, the scams that people were getting over on, okay, that's gonna be put to rest. Okay, no more of that. Okay, you see, all right, you know, a time of heartache is coming. Okay, you see, it says, verse 5, "You have spent your years on earth in luxury, satisfying your every desire. You have fattened yourselves for the day of slaughter." You know, and it's pretty much how you have a calf on a farm, and you pretty much, you know, you want to fatten it up, just to only be able to slaughter it, so you can be able to feed, your family. You see, but this is what the Lord's doing with these elites, man. Okay, He's pretty much fattening them up and satisfying their heart's desire for in the day of slaughter, man. You see, okay. It says, "You have condemned and killed innocent people who do not resist you." Look into that. Or killed the righteous one. Okay. You see, you're always coming up against the Lord's people. You see, and it says, "Who do not resist you." Okay, why? It's because they pretty much are at your mercy at the end of the day. And it says here, or do they resist, or don't they resist you? It's a question. Or doesn't God oppose you? Okay, or aren't you now accusing you? Or aren't Slacky? It says, the last one says, or aren't they now accusing you before the Most High? And you are being accused before the Most High, man. Okay, and it pretty much, James spoke about this, man. Okay, and pretty much, man, you're heaping up treasures for the last days, man. You see? All right. From there, let's stay in the NLT. Let's go to Job. This is Job chapter 20. Start at 18. It says, "They will give back everything they worked for. Their wealth will bring them no joy. For they oppressed the poor and left them destitute. They foreclosed on their homes. They are always greedy and never satisfied." And this impending war is in a lot of ways it's really boiling down to greed as well. You see, it's a fight for our resources, okay, that are in the earth, and pretty much, it's a fight with these different currencies, okay, that are pretty much are gonna try to be the top currency in the earth. When you talk about the petrodollar, which still is pretty much is weakened, but it's still the ruler of the earth right now as we speak. But you have the BRICS now that are forming. You got the countries that are pretty much are aligned against this place, and they're lined up financially, and also they got to be tied in militarily as well. You see, okay, and pretty much, the BRICS is going to be able to take over this petrodollar, which is pretty much going to crash this petrodollar. But guess what? The MOTB is what Esau has in his back pocket. That's a Trojan horse. You see? Okay? So that's pretty much going to trump everything that's going to be going on in the earth at that time as far as currency is concerned. You see? Okay? But it says, right? It says, read it again. It says, they are always greedy and never satisfied. Nothing remains of all the goods they dreamed about. Right? Nothing is left after they are finished gorging themselves. You go into that gorging. Gorging is pretty much eat large sums greedily, fill oneself with food. It just pretty much just the decadence of this place, man, has pretty much got having these people drunken, so to speak, man. Okay, the powers that be, they can never be satisfied with what they have. They have all the riches in the world, but now they want the people. Okay, you see, it says nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves. Therefore, their prosperity, right, will not endure. Okay, and that prosperity is not gonna endure. You see, okay, It says, in the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and be overcome by misery. May the Most High give them a belly full of trouble. May Most High rain down his anger upon them. You see? Okay? And pretty much, man, and really, it's going to lead into that Third World War, man. Okay? You see? You know, when you read further in the scripture, it speaks about him fleeing from an iron weapon. You know? All right, let's read it. It says, when they try to escape an iron weapon, a bronze-tipped arrow will pierce them. The arrow is pulled from their back, and the arrowhead glistens with blood. You see? Right? Okay? Terrors of death are upon them. Their treasures will be thrown into the deepest darkness. A wildfire will devour their goods, because this place is going to be a lake of fire. Okay? All right? Consuming all they have left. The heavens will reveal their guilt, and the earth will testify against them. You see? And, hey, man, you know, so, you know, and the Lord's pretty much systematically bringing this place down, man. You know, but this individual, you know, coming into office, you know, this is going to be a no-go, so to speak. Okay? And this is pretty much going to get the people riled up. And, you know, the outcome of that no, the non-election that's coming is going to be, that's going to be the Civil War right there. You know, the people are already on the comment board going against, you know, Republican, Democrat, you know, and it's heated debates and, you know, InfoWars pretty much going on. Okay? You know, battle of the networks, so to speak. You know, people are taking their political positions on the things that are going on here in concerning Babylon. You see? Okay? And it's ultimately going to turn bloody. Okay? So this great white hope, you know, that they pretty much are you know, putting all their casting all their marbles in, okay, into that basket, you know, pretty much is going to come to naught, man. Okay? You know, they're going to somehow, some way, man, it's not going to go down, man, because this man will actually win by a landslide, so to speak. And, you know, they pretty much can't have that, you know? And you're seeing all of the trickery that's going on to pretty much defame this man, you know? You know, these frivolous court appearances, you know, that's really mounting out to about nothing, okay? It's not going to put him in jail. It's really trying to just slow him down as far as him. And this man doesn't even have to go on a campaign trail, man. Okay? He really doesn't have to go on a campaign trail, man, to really win this election, man. You know, this is how desperate the people are to pretty much bring this man to office. And then now you're seeing Jake pretty much waking up and seeing what's going on and how they've been duped, you know, for the last 60, 70 years, you know. And now they're turning to this man as well, you know. The powers that be like, oh, hell no, you know. Hell no, now we can't even go into the black church no more and fool Jake. You know, hey, the jig is up for the liberals, man. You know, they see that now. They already on road Jake as much as they could, man. Just to pretty much keep in power and keep the influence on the people. You know, they're seeing the people waking up, but you know, they're not gonna have this, man. So pretty much, man, something's about to go down, man. And you know, we just out there just pretty much measuring the time diligently in itself, man. Okay, so we pretty much know that, you know, between now and election time, man, you know, and hey, even before that, you know, something's gonna happen to where, you know, this election doesn't go down. Okay, you see, all right, because now they're seeing now that this is actually whatever they're doing is not working. It's not working. And it's pretty much making the people even rebel even more and pretty much side with this individual. You see? Okay? All right? So with that, you know, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rokakwadash, Shalom.